In this video, we spend 2 days in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We check out the Mall of America, enjoy some natural beauty, and explore some of Minneapolis's best attractions while eating good food along the way. Come on, let's go. So we grew up being kids of the 80s hearing about the Mall of America, so no trip would be complete to this area without checking it out. But first, lunch at Hazelwood.
There's a lot of places to eat in the Mall of America. However, we decided to eat across the street at a restaurant called Hazelwood. I got a Parmesan crusted fish that was really delicious. It was very flaky, really well cooked, along with some broccoli with Parmesan on it that was also really good, gooey cheese. We had some cheese curds. You had, what did you have?
I had they're most known for their rotisserie and their wood-fired pizza. So I had a rotisserie chicken with mashed potatoes and asparagus. It was really tasty. We had really good service there.
It was excellent.
And it's a really beautiful restaurant. I had seen a lot of recommendations for it when I was looking for places to eat around the mall or in the mall, and a lot of people said to try Hazelwood, and it's just right outside the mall, so it's really easy to find. So now we're here in the Mall of America, and we're just going to look around and see what all there is to do here and explore and see what we can find.
I just went through the biggest game store that I think I've ever been through. They had board games of all kinds. It's called Games by James. It's one of the first things you see on level 4 when you walk in. It was incredible. If you're a board game fan, a card game fan, a puzzle fan, chess, checkers, you name it, they had a little bit of everything. It was a lot of fun to go through and look. And you might find something you want to pick up that you can't find somewhere else.
So right here in the center of the mall is where all the rides are. It's the like Nickelodeon themed theme park basically. And you can pay like a daily pass to ride unlimited rides, or you can also just buy by the point and kind of like you would at a fair, just ride the rides that way. There's also little like snack places and like crafts, things like you would find at an amusement park, like caricatures and what else did they have? Caricatures and like face painting. And we found this little one where they were doing these little bracelet weavings, and normally we have trouble finding our nephew's name on things, so they were able to make us some of these little bracelets with their names on them, and so you can request your colors and tell them your name, so that was kind of fun. So it's basically like a regular mall, but bigger.
Yeah, you take your mall, then you double it, and then you double it again.
Yeah.
And you got this one. Okay, Johnny, who are the Ninja Turtles?
Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Donatello.
Yeah.
Leonardo.
Uh-huh.
And Bob.
Bob.
I can't remember the last
The
one.
infamous hothead fourth Ninja Turtle, Bob.
No, I know that's not right, but I can't remember the other one. Is it another
Well, it's just another
artist?
Yeah. So think of some artists.
Was Donatella an artist?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not really an art aficionado. Michelangelo.
Yep. You got him already.
Leonardo. Da Vinci.
Yeah.
Van Gogh. Vincent.
Yeah. Vincent. Yeah.
Is that right?
We just walked past Lindt chocolate, and Johnny was like, "Ooh, Lindt." So I guess we're stopping at Lindt to look at chocolate, which is weird because I'm normally the person that likes chocolate. So you would think I would have stopped for it, but she's really into Lindt chocolate, apparently.
The Mall of America has a lot of the same stores that we have at our mall, just bigger. Apparently everything's not bigger in Texas. We just wanted to share a little bit about our impressions of the Mall of America. What do you think, Ryan?
You can just walk around and people watch and keep yourself busy with that for quite some time. Just all the different levels and
just
walking
like
around
a lot to look at.
Yeah, walking around the amusement area. There's a lot to see. There's so many different snacks and desserts, and you could eat just nonstop if you wanted to. You could shop nonstop. They have like every shop. It's a great place if you're looking for a mattress. They had like mattresses from the online places that you normally have to order from, and you're like, man, I'd like to try one. They actually have those stores. They have a little bit of everything. So regardless of what you're looking for, you can probably find it there. I don't know if it's like a must do, like if you're gonna come to like Minneapolis, like if you're like, oh, I can only do one thing, I wouldn't say like go do Mall of America.
No.
But if you have some time and you want to explore something that's pretty fun and is probably not like your mall you have in your town, then I would definitely come check it out.
Well, I would describe it like it's like your mall in your town, but it's kind of like every store you've maybe ever seen in a mall, plus every restaurant you may have ever seen in a mall, all smushed into one mall. And then they've added like some rides from some theme park rides and mini golf and escape room and arcade and the Crayola experience. But it has all like the typical kind of like restaurants you would see in touristy areas like Margaritaville and Rainforest Cafe and Bubba Gump. So it's very like, it has similar things to things you can find in other places. It's just all in one place. Yep. I would say would be probably a really good experience if you have kids, especially because there's just like so much to do. We spent about 3 hours there. We didn't really like do anything, really. Like we didn't really do any of the attractions. We mostly just walked around and looked at everything and popped into some stores that were like unique to what we have at home. But one of the things I would go back for is the aquarium. It says it's the largest aquarium in Minnesota, and it looked pretty neat. I think it was called Sea Life Aquarium.
How many other aquariums are in Minnesota?
I don't know how many aquariums are in Minnesota. We've been to some pretty good aquariums. We've been to the aquarium in Atlanta. That was a really nice aquarium. We've been to the New Orleans aquarium, is pretty good. So we've been to some nice aquariums. But anyway, you'll have to let us know. Have you been to the aquarium in the Mall of America or any other aquarium in Minnesota? How does it compare? All right, so that's our summation of Mall of America, and we're looking forward to continuing on with our day and seeing more of Minneapolis. We walked down here to see Minnehaha Falls. We're in the Minnehaha Regional Park, and it has several trailways that you can walk. This was a pretty easy walk. It just involved some stairs. So if you can't do stairs, you can see the waterfall from the top, and but if you want to come down and see it from this angle, you do have to come down some stairs. But it's just beautiful, it's peaceful. People are here just hanging out, and we've seen lots of dogs, so it's a dog-friendly park. So this is a nice place to come spend some time. What do you think?
About the stairs?
About everything.
Oh, it's great. Feels nice. Weather's nice here. It's like 93 degrees in Houston right now, so I'm loving this.
We are about to have dinner here at the Bungalow Club. This is a little bit north of Minnehaha Falls, and it's just a beautiful area. The drive up here along the river was so nice, and the houses are so cute, and just gorgeous areas. So we are here tonight on the recommendation of Rachel and Brian from Young Adventures. Their YouTube channel is called Young Adventures, and we'll link their YouTube channel link in the description below. But they were so kind. They sent us a list of some places to see and some things to eat here while we're in the Twin Cities. And they said the Bungalow Club was their favorite restaurant, and that the pasta here rivals some of the pasta that they've had in Italy. And so we're so excited to try it.
This is the smorgasbord plate. It's got all kind of stuff on it, but this is a pate. Chicken liver good?
Yeah, it's good.
All right. So we just finished our main meal, and we had two pastas. We had a bucatini and we had a rigatoni. The bucatini is like it's noodles, but it's a pasta. Like the sausage is ground up. There's a fancy name for it. What'd you say it was? Duja? No, duja. They like ground up the sausage into a sauce, and so it's like sausage sauce, which doesn't sound super appealing, but it was actually pretty good. It just has like a really strong, like meaty, fatty flavor, which coats the noodles and makes them taste really awesome. So it was good, had a little bit of spice to it. The rigatoni was good. We also had some Brussels sprouts that Johnny really wanted, which were good. I think she was disappointed in how much I liked them. I was having to give her my tier list of vegetables, and they're maybe not as high up as she would like them to be, but I think they were good. And that was it. Those were our three main dishes. So it was an excellent meal. I think we're done now, though. We're gonna have to wait a little bit on dessert.
Back from dinner at the Bungalow Club, and we just want to say again, thank you, Rachel and Brian from Young Adventures. Their YouTube link is in the description below. It was a great recommendation. I said earlier that Rachel had said it rivaled the pasta they'd had in Italy, but actually she said it reminded her of the pasta that she had in Italy, which Ryan and I had a discussion over whether like, I was like paraphrasing and was like, does that mean the same thing? And in my mind, it kind of meant the same thing. But anyway, thanks for the recommendation. We were saying it did kind of remind us when we were in Europe this summer, as we didn't go to Italy, but as far as like just the quality of ingredients, the service.
They did a really good job of giving us what we needed, but also giving us a lot of space and not just kind of hovering over the table, which we really appreciate and enjoy when we're getting a meal, especially a really nice meal.
Yeah, it was a really relaxed experience and like a nice, definitely the weather's nice, sit out on the patio. It was like cozy and just felt really relaxed environment, and we had a good time. It'd be a great like date night spot or go out with, friends. So yeah, it was fun place. So thanks again. Good morning. It's day 2 in Minneapolis. Today we're exploring some of the downtown area, and we're at the Mill City Museum today. We had to stop this morning and get some coffee. We stopped at the Seven Corners coffee shop, and we got a bagel and some pumpkin bread, but the coffees were really great. I tried a blueberry chai latte, and Ryan had a fall spice latte. But we are now exploring the Mill City Museum. It's in the Mill District. You can see behind me the Stone Arch Bridge, and we're just going to be exploring this area and seeing what we can find downtown. this Mill City Museum is like an ode to baked goods. We just finished at Mill City Museum, and we learned a lot about the flour milling industry that started in Minneapolis. And this was the birthplace of our beloved crescent rolls that we have at Christmas. So probably if you grew up in the U.S., many of your favorites were birthed here in Minneapolis.
This is Mill Ruins Park. You can see the stone arch bridge here behind me. It's closed right now temporarily, but we're gonna walk out as far as we can and see what we can see. We can see the falls, we can see the locks, we can see the Mississippi River. So let's go check it out.
We're walking here along Stone Arch Bridge, and we're about to come up to a viewpoint for St. Anthony's, the falls, here on the Mississippi River. But there's also a tour, a little short tour you can take as you walk to hear about the falls from the perspective of the Dakota people, and they would call the falls Owamni, I think is how it's pronounced. But there's also a restaurant here on the river that has Dakota like indigenous foods, and today there's actually a festival happening to celebrate artisans and entertainment and food from the Dakota people.
Behind me is St. Anthony Falls. It's also the #1 lock. It's no longer in use, but in the past, if you wanted to go down the river from up north, you would go through the lock, or if you wanted to go up from down south, you would go through this lock here. They would close it off. The water level would raise or lower depending on what direction you're coming from, and you could just go on through. We're at, I can't pronounce it, but we're at a Polish Kramarczuk, and it's like a Polish. They have a market, but they also have like a cafeteria where you can get food. So we're gonna get some food.
I'm gonna get some dessert. We just finished eating lunch at Kramarczuk, which was a deli that had like Polish food and German food and Ukrainian food. You could get things like stuffed cabbage rolls and sausages and borscht and goulash. Pierogies, and it was really good. We tried, I got the stuffed cabbage roll with the mushroom sauce, and it was my first time having a cabbage roll like that, and I liked it. It was good. But I really liked the pierogies. I got potato pierogies and the red cabbage. Ryan had a bratwurst with sauerkraut and onions, and they had a really good mustard there. So anyway, this is a good stop. It's like across the bridge from where we were at, kind of in downtown and near the Mill District. If you cross over the bridge, it's on the other side of the river. I would say the desserts were like definitely worth it. That was
one of the best dark chocolate raspberry torts I've ever had. It was so good, so well made, and the cheesecake was really good too. I had a bite of yours.
Yeah, the cherry cheesecake was like probably one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had. So and I'm not really a big cheesecake person even, but it was really good. But definitely go for the pierogies. If you like cabbage rolls, I'm sure it's great. That was just my first time having it, so it wasn't like my favorite thing that I ate today, but it was the pierogies were really yummy, the red cabbage was really good, and so good stop when you're in Minneapolis.
We're on our way over to the Minneapolis Institute of Art, or is it the Institute of Art? Yeah, which closes at 5 p.m. So that's why we're kind of working and driving here, talking and driving. We're gonna try to get as much time over there as possible. They have a lot of stuff apparently to look at, so we're really excited about getting to check that out and finish off our afternoon at the museum.
Yeah, I'd seen the Minnesota Institute of Art listed as a place to visit when you're here, but last night when we were at the Bungalow Club, the ladies that worked there recommended that we hit it up as well, so we're gonna go check it out.
So we just did our tour of the Minneapolis Institute of Art, and it was massive. I will just give you like a sneak preview. If you're gonna go, depending on how much you like art, I would leave anywhere from like several hours to, you know, maybe like half an hour to an hour if you just want to kind of blaze through and not really see anything close to the breadth of media that's there. They have a whole floor of like architecture and sculptures. They have a whole floor of paintings. They have rooms that have been restored to look like period rooms from all over the world. They have a little bit of everything. Plus there's events constantly going on there. It was Fashion Week this week. They're gonna be doing that here as they wrap up and close. So there's always something going on. Plus it's free. You do have to pay to park, most likely, unless you can find a free spot. But it's definitely worth paying the parking to get in and see everything that the Institute of Art has to offer.
We decided to pop over to the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden to see the iconic Spoon Bridge and Cherry, because it's what you see in pictures when you think of this city. But we're just gonna walk around before we lose the sun and just see the sculptures out here. Apparently the artist like designed kind of everyday items with like giant-sized recreations of everyday items. This is called X with columns. Profoundly named.
Why do you think they call it that?
See for yourself. It's an X with columns.
I think one of the coolest things I've seen here in Minneapolis since we've been here is just that how like the parks are such a critical part of everyone hanging out. Like we've seen couples walking around, like people enjoying like date night activities, it looks like, and just a lot of things like are centered around being outdoors. And they might just be enjoying it like while they have the weather, right? Because it's about to get really cold here pretty quickly. But right now it's incredible. It feels amazing outside, and you can tell people are really taking advantage of it. You can do it if you believe. The sign says you can playfully interact with the sculpture now.
I can't.
Wait,
why are you shaking it?
I'm not shaking it. That's just us moving naturally. No, I'm not shaking it. What would you call this one, Johnny, if you had to name this one?
A rooster in blue.
Rooster in blue. Okay, let's see how close you are. We'll have to go see what it's named.
It's called Pawn or Cock.
There you go.
But it is, she does call it a blue rooster. I'm curious, like, are the plants here changed seasonally? Because, like, the ones chosen for right now, like, do feel very like the fall. Like what you would see, you know, in decorating your home or whatever. So I am just curious, like, do they change the plants out seasonally, or is this what it always looks like? This Minneapolis Sculpture Garden was a really cool experience. It's like, didn't take us very long. We were here about an hour. But it's a nice place to just walk around and see the artwork, and especially if you have a beautiful day, or it's something you can do after the other museums close, like we did. So it's definitely a must-do when you're here in the city. We are here at the Lowbrow on Nicollet, and I was craving a burger and fries, and this one came up as a good option, and so we're going to check it out. I ordered the Royal Jam. It's a burger with like big jam and cheese on it, and Ryan ordered some bison chili, and so we're going to check it out, see how it goes. Their fries are really good, and they're like crispy. They're hand cut. They're really good.
I would have never ordered chili normally. I'm not a huge chili fan, but the chill that like is in the air right now made me want to order it, and I'm really glad I did, because this is like really, really good chili.
All right, we're done with our meal here at the Lowbrow, and this was an excellent find. We loved our burger and our fries and our chili, and our server, Dominique, was like so friendly and so decisive. He was really helpful with deciding what to get on the menu, and so if you're in the area, this is a good one to check out.
Be sure to like and subscribe for more travel. Thanks for joining us as we explore shore to shore.